Good morning and welcome back to another vlog. Another morning, I should really be sponsored by Activia because I am obsessed with these granola yogurts. Honestly, as we discussed yesterday, that is where my enthusiasm for life ends at the moment. These yogurts, I'm like, and then it's over and I'm sad. I have videos to film. I had videos to film last week and I just did one. In fact, the crazy thing is I actually filmed and edited two and I couldn't muster the excitement to create a thumbnail for the second one. So that will go up this week. I think I'm going to film my Zara try on, and that is a prime example of something that I put off because it involves more physical work. I have to take off my clothes and put on different clothes. But I want to get that one out of the way because I know there's some stuff that needs to be returned in those orders. If I had to describe myself in one word today, it would be irritable. This guy, living his own blissful world. I was just trying on all these clothes and it was warm and sticky and I was just annoyed with myself. And then I had to try and put my leggings and my sports bra back on. I tried to put a sports bra on when you're just mad, particular reason. Well, apart from the fact that one of the dresses that I ordered from Zara that I thought was going to be amazing, thought I was going to love it so much, just looked horrible. That didn't help. I'm editing the video and I've properly just made myself laugh because I am so annoyed. Like I was just posting on stories about this. I feel like if you watched this, you wouldn't necessarily know, but I'm watching it and I'm like, ooh, she's angry. She's angry about things. What is wrong with me? A couple of people did message me and said they felt like that all last week. The problem is, because I don't have periods, I don't have like a way of tracking my cycle. I can track moods. For a minute, I was doing that last year. But I honest to God feel like I've been on some kind of like hormonal rampage for weeks and weeks. Maybe I'm at that weird time in my Marina coil where it like throws a bunch of extra hormones at me. Maybe that's what it is. I am going to have it removed at the end of the year. Lee got a vasectomy a couple of months ago. You've got to wait 4 months until they can check that that's 100% effective. And we are not taking any chances. So I'm not taking it out until, my other concern is when you remove the Marina coil earlier than you should, and it's not super early, I'll be like halfway through, so I'm hoping I won't have like too bad of an experience, but you can have a Marina Crush where your body isn't producing the hormones that it usually does because the Marina is producing the hormones for your body, so it needs to suddenly supplement, and so you kind of go into some kind of spiral. I've read a lot about this and some people have had some really, really bad experiences, but most of that seems to be if you have it taken out like really early on, like a couple of weeks, couple of months in, and you're like, I don't like this, that seems to be the worst effect. So I'm hoping 2 years in, we'll be okay. We as a household, because we will all suffer if I get through that. But I am 100% having it taken out. And then I'm thinking, well, I don't want to do that around the time we go to Vegas because I don't want to be in some kind of like pit of despair. And then there's Christmas and then it's my birthday. At some point, I'm going to have to just bite the bullet and go for it. And you will all live through it with me. That's something to look forward to. But whenever stuff like this happens, I do think, I wish I had a better handle on, or a better awareness of like where I am in my cycle. Like maybe that's what it is and that would make me feel better. So I am really looking forward to being completely like not hormone free, but extra hormone, contraceptive hormone free next year, really for the first time in my adult life. I've got yesterday's leftovers for lunch and money's in my seat. Felt like a good idea. Felt like a time for this. Also, I'm looking at it now, I'm like, why have I left myself like a weird nose bit? It's this. Do you remember these? I got it from Cherries in my last haul, but I used to use these all the time. They were my favourite, like a self-heating. The problem is I used to always wear them in the bath. If you wear a self-heating mask in the bath, it like melts. Why do I insist on watching shows that make me cry so much? Also, I gave myself like a clown nose with the mask. And now I look like a sad clown. Milo and I have just dropped Ella off at work. Does she think she can open the door by herself?
Are you trying to open the door?
Look, come here. Hello. Yeah, look. Honey, look.
Hello.
Today's HelloFresh dinner is one of my favourites, and it would appear it's one of Manny's favourites as well. He's just waiting nicely for his own plate to become available. Getting in some post-dinner steps while playing on my Switch. Multitasking. I was just reading some comments from yesterday's vlog, and a lot of people are feeling the same way, it seems like. And I was reading some other stuff, like some people sent me some DMs and we were chatting. And beyond, you know, actually going to the doctors, and who's got time for that, I think the exercise thing could be a key. It was last year when I was feeling really funky, for want of any other word, and so I thought I'll get in some steps before I have to go and collect Ellen later, and maybe I'll sleep better tonight. Maybe that will be a key. I am currently waiting for Ella to come out of work, which is a weird sentence. Can't wait to hear about how it went, unless it was terrible. I was just reading the comments again from yesterday's vlog, and someone suggested ADHD burnout, which is a very interesting concept. I googled it and it felt like it was speaking directly to my brain. Again, I am not diagnosed with ADHD. I was watching a video about that the other day, and I think I'm going to pay for a screening, because at very least if I get screened and they're like no, then I can move on with my life. I don't think that's going to happen, but in the back of my mind I'm like, do I want to pay all this money for this diagnosis? Perhaps I'll pay for the screening, which is like, still, you know, I'm still gonna have to privately pay for that unless I want to wait years and years, but it still might give me some kind of solace. I was actually watching Helen Anderson's video the other day, where she was talking about how she's felt since her diagnosis, and one of the things that she said that really resonated with me was that she was resentful of the people who made her feel bad in her past, for not being able to function at the level they expected. She said it in a different way. It was basically like for people making her feel like she was thoughtless, or that she didn't care, or lazy, or whatever else it was. And for sure, since I started to, since I started to kind of entertain the idea that actually this might be something that has affected me for my entire life, that is something that has been on my mind. So many occasions of just not necessarily resentment towards other people, but resentment towards yourself as much as that. Like, you just kind of constantly just get it together. Why can't you get it together? What is wrong with you? Why can't you remember this? Why can't you remember that? Just simple stuff. Why can't you remember why you stood up? I spend so much of my life just wandering around the house, just wandering from room to room, hoping to spark a memory of why I stood up in the first place. And then stuff that feels really important and I just can't remember it. I'm just feeling stupid. And that is a massive trigger for me. I saw something on Instagram months ago, and it was like, what would be the thing if someone could describe you in this way? You know, what would be the thing that would make you feel really, really great? What would be the thing that would make you feel really, really terrible? And it's absolutely all to do with how clever I am. If someone suggests that I'm stupid, it's so true. Oh, Ella's back. The cat is back. Me and Ella were walking from the car and she like ran. Like, I gotta go. You can't come in the house. We've talked about this. You don't actually live here.